All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me turn down the music a little bit. Turn that down a tad.
Alright, I'm just.
Welcome on in. We got Sangundo hiding in the back here. We got him set up already in the city, waiting to go. I got the mic. We got the outside mic connected, the wireless one going. We're coming to you live from outside the studio to kick it off. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Outlaw, nice to have you there. Welcome into the stream with the first in the chat. How about that? Even knew to put first, and it was his first message. That used to be a big thing in the channel. See, now it's kind of a secret thing. Every now and then it gets triggered. Nice to have you there. Welcome in, Outlaw. So, what are we going to be doing here tonight? Yo, Foss.
Boys, come with
Foss with
me.
the
We
7 months
take the
in
fight
a
to them.
row.
Come with me. Come with me.
Huge.
We charge them. We are apes. We just keep going. Don't fucking
Freddie,
stop.
write that one down. Foss. 7 months, baby, getting taken out by the attack heli. Thank you so much, Faust. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Welcome on into the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, get cozy. We got the Lambo, the Puff Lambo. We got the Niner shirt on. We're hoping for better days this weekend, okay? Okay, we're hoping for better days, but for now, we got Sangundo hanging out. Also, a side note, when you do type in ticket, it's not going to say anything back to you. I used to do like much bigger ones. It's purposely not there so it doesn't lag the chat. I will show you later, but if you type it in enough, it'll tell you. Don't worry. So one and done, and you're good. Yo, Corn Dog, welcome on into the stream. Nice to have you there. Welcome on in. Come in on. Come on in and get cozy, my friend. We've got a lot going on here. Those of you coming in, I know exactly where you're going to be going. You're going to be going to my favorite spot here, MDS. Welcome on in. Yes, this is IRL picks. Just like you see behind me, I understand some of this because my oldest brother is huge on horses. He actually got in trouble. Freddie, can make sure that we purge this from the recording, okay? He he actually got in trouble when I was like 12 or 13. He was supposed to babysit me, and he took me to a real racetrack, and I was gambling on the damn racetrack. So with my brothers, he was putting in the bets for me. I picked the number one and the three horse because there's like I thought the one would win because it was one, and the three was my favorite number. So there you go. But anyways, we got Sangudo hanging out in the rafters. That's right, exclamation ticket in the chat to get into the giveaway. There's going to be an ad starting because Twitch likes to run ads. You know what I mean? Freddie, we gotta get in touch with him. So anyways, sit on down, get cozy. Let's head on over. We got Sangundo going to be joining us here live on the stream, and I'm looking forward to it. Let me switch over to the headset where I can hear him, and he can hear me. He can't hear me right now. All right, all right, we're back.
How
Welcome
we
on
going?
in, Sangundo. Welcome on into the stream. Thank you for joining us. This was kind of a spontaneous idea. I think a great idea though. Cause I was, it's
Yeah.
funny. You want to know how this came about, you guys? I sent him like 5 messages of like, hey, what's this? Hey, what's that? Like, hey, so what's this last thing over here? So like, I finally know what I'm doing to make picks. He's like, you know what, Taco? I'm not gonna tell you. I'll tell you tomorrow. Let's do a stream. I'm like, okay, that sounds great. We can, we can throw the love over to Mo after. Mo's gonna be starting right after this. I think it's 7 p.m. So we'll go until then. We'll take it over to Mo. We'll drop some emotes in his channel. We'll raid him as we say back in the day, and then we'll probably watch some horse races there. But yeah. So we were talking about Santa Anita. Funny enough, okay, I gotta ask you. I actually think if I have this right, isn't okay? No, it's not that. Okay, it's the other one I have. Yeah, I gotta remember it. One of these scenes, I'm pretty sure, is Santa Anita. I moved it though. I have to remember which one it is now. Anyways, I swear I had Santa Anita on here. It's Where is it? Donde. I don't know. I'll find it later, I'm sure. Yeah, so as you know, I kind of understand what like the beginning of this is because we talked about it.
Yep.
Like some of the, or which
We'll
one was it that we looked at? We looked at, my brain can't even process what I'm right here. Which one did I look at?
Well,
It's like all
let's look at
fast.
race 9. Let's look at the big race tomorrow because
Okay, which page
that'll
is
actually.
that?
Oh, now you're asking me trick questions. I have
No,
no
no,
idea.
here, I'll just scroll down.
Because we got some good races to look in this, and then we'll look at a
Okay,
few other
it's
ones so I can
page
show
20.
some race
Page
types.
page 20. Page 20. Okay, got it. Okay, so this is the Santa Anita, 1 1/8 mile. So what I've learned is that's gonna be like 10 furlongs, probably,
One and one
right?
eighth
One, is
mile
that like 10?
comes out about. Excuse me, about to be that. Yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah, we're in that ballpark anyways. Sorry, I'm just moving my screens around here so I can get ready.
Boss, that is a good big brother. I gotta be honest. And then as a reminder, this is gonna be the horse given away. You can see the little simple note highlighted that'll follow us around as we move with the stream. I realize that's gonna be an easier way to do it. In case you're wondering what's that's feeding, you can see it right over here. So you can see those of you that are here early, it's just there already. You got Outlaw, Jahan, and Fost are in right now. So everybody that wrote it is in. It's very good with that. And then the way it's set is if you only type it in once like that, it enters you and doesn't say anything. You know, just in case thousands of people show up. You know what I mean? We're good.
Perfect. I like the optimism.
You want a jackpot
So, yes.
just now on DNA? My luck is rolling. W Fost. What was it? Did you get like a 25? It's you know what's cool about PF? So as somebody who has been involved in almost every game, I've given feedback to Chicken Derby. I've done streams for like PF, Zed, Riot Racers when it existed, the Red Village, like probably some I'm forgetting. It's pretty crazy to see how many people I've seen in each of those different places that are now here.
Huh?
It's pretty crazy.
Huh? Huh?
All right. Well, you want to start walking through
Yo,
the program? Or how do you want to do this?
Fusion.
Huh?
Fusion with an accurate description of what we all feel. I don't know if you saw him just play the cat, huh? Right there. That was pretty damn funny. Let's just kind of walk through it. However, you think maybe we go with the favorite. We look at like the favorite horse first, because I'm sure we won't have time to go through
Sure.
all of them. Because you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be asking a lot of questions because I definitely want to understand this more because I want to. As time goes on, I think it'll be really fun to go to some of the live horse racing stuff. I got family that likes it. They're all playing the like WTF alerts. That was pretty good. Oh my god.
All right.
Okay.
Well, to
Which
start,
one is
though,
the
I'll go
favorite?
through the top.
2 and 1.
Let me go
Oh
through
shit.
the top of the program. Let me go through the top of the program there, Taco, just so I can explain the race type that we're looking at here.
Okay.
So race 9, Santa Anita,
Yo,
one
what
and
up,
an eighth
Volcom?
mile. 1 furlong is 1/8 of a mile. So this is a 9 furlong race. To put it in PFL speak. It's the California Crown. It's the big race tomorrow at Santa Anita, and it's a
Grade
G1
1.
race. So it's grade 1, tippy top, best of the best.
That's the
They'll
one thing
say
I
how
knew,
much start.
chat. Other
Yeah.
than when it says presented by Sir Davis, I know that guy's paying for all the shit. And I knew it was grade 1. Bam.
Yep, and then the purse in this race is $1 million, and it's for
Wait, what?
3-year-olds and upwards. Yeah, man.
Where the
Look at that purse, $1 million. right
Freddie,
underneath
Freddie,
Miles.
we're gonna need an eye doctor appointment soon. How did we miss that? I could see where it says Cyrus fee 250. That's what I was commenting on yesterday. Like, holy crap, like 250, 200, 125, like 110. Like, oh my God. So wait, so
Yep.
if the purse is a million, how much are they paying to enter? Like, how does that work? They're paying a bunch of money
And
to get in?
in a race like this, a lot of the entry fee is provided by the sponsor, by the racing association.
So
You'll
that
look
would
at
be
some
Sir
other races.
Davis. And so they're helping
Yeah, some other.
horses and subsidizing.
Yeah, if you look at some other races, it'll say, the purse is 50K, including 16K from the California Racing Association or whatever it is where you're racing at. So you get purses kicked in by the racing associations. You can have sponsors, things like that. And then the other cool thing on this here, in the top right there where it says 1 1/8 mile, you'll notice the track is black kind of all the way around the outside ring. That means it's on dirt. If the track on the inside part is dark, that means it's on turf. So some races won't specifically say it out, and this one doesn't, so you wouldn't know. That's how
No,
you know.
no
The
way.
outside ring is dirt, the inside ring is turf.
Wait, okay, that's great to know. And it doesn't actually say, right? I'm like looking for dirt or turf anywhere. I see nothing.
Yep, no, it won't actually say.
Okay, so that's just kind of
Yep, so if
like
you want to go down to if you want to go down to whoever the favorite is here, which I assume is Moose, but or no, it's
I think it's
skipping over
actually the one I sent you yesterday randomly, right? Same horse.
Senor Buscado. No, yeah, it's Moose is the favorite. I haven't even looked at this yet.
Booth.
So
Do you know
so
this horse?
again,
Heard of it?
yes, absolutely. It is a
I'm doing
beast of a
well,
horse.
welcome. Hope you're doing
It
well,
did
brother.
not run in the Kentucky Derby
Welcome in.
because Bob Baffert was suspended from the Kentucky Derby, the trainer.
Okay, yeah, no,
Uh,
I've heard about that. He's since been
yeah,
unsuspended, and it was for concerns around like doping horses and stuff.
concerns of putting it mildly. Yep. Uh,
Oh,
but
it's
so yeah,
had.
so
I'm new here, okay? Don't shoot. I'm new here, okay? I watched a lot of YouTube.
yeah, no, that's good. So I
Because
mean, I'm
what
just gonna
happened was
walk
he
through.
had like somebody else running his horse in the most recent Derby. He had like one of his horses that was ran by like somebody else. That was interesting.
It's as much as people try to game things in PFL and other games, sometimes the same thing happens in real life. So that's part of the gig, I guess. So, but yeah, reading through the program. So gate 5, Muth, uh, green shows the colors he'll have in the race.
Yo, before
Which
dawn, welcome
gate 5
in.
is always green, and then 2-1
No,
is
you
his
can't,
morning
Fost.
line odds. Similar to PFL, morning line odds are what's set in the morning. These are usually done by handicappers. Uh, that's not necessarily what you're betting. As always, you're betting pari-mutuel. It's going to move with the line. And then as we look at the details of the horse, the B.C means it's probably a black colt that is age 3. BC3, black
Where
colt
where
3,
are you looking at that?
right
Very
underneath
nearby.
his name, Moose.
Oh, it's
The
this really
BC3.
small, and it looks like it's from Kentucky. Maybe so. It's saying it's a black
Or
colt. It's 3, and it's from Kentucky.
Yep. And then it was by Good Magic and by Uncle Mo. Uncle Mo is the dad. Very famous sire. He draws a stud fee in, and Good Magic is the mom here. Owned by Zidane Racing Stables Inc. It says what the jockey silks will be. Trained by Bob Baffert. And then it's the 2024. So in 2024, his horses have ran 238 races, 69 wins, 51 seconds, and 41 third places for a 29% win rate. And
Hey,
then it
wait,
says
that's all time, right? Though, right? That's like all time. What that
that's
number
just
is?
in 2020, 2024 is what it's showing.
Okay, wait. So his horses in this year have had that performance. So what you're
That's
saying
correct.
is he's a freaking beast.
He
If Bob
is
Baffert was on
the most,
PF, I'd be in his DMs like, "Hey Bob, how you doing? My
yeah,
name's Taco."
he's the most famous trainer there is. We're going to see some really good ones here as we scan through the sheet.
Okay, we
Brad
gotta.
Cox is
All
really
right.
good.
Okay. Well,
Um, and then it says beside that it says meat, and all you see is a dash. because each track has its own
Is he
meet.
European?
Like
Very European.
no, I could not tell you.
SNL made fun of him. That's when you know you've made it. Look how good they did. That's gotta be so cool.
That's pretty good. Yeah. And
Okay,
then, like you said,
that's a wild record.
the
What
meet.
is in PF a good win record? Sorry to interrupt you. In PF, a good win record for like a horse in a stable is literally like 35-40%, especially for like the top ones when they're racing their good horses. What's the win like a real life good horse is win percentage that they win like everything, right? They'll like five or
Well,
six or
just
seven like out of eight, right? It's
ju-
much better than what we
well,
see.
just look at Muth right here. I mean, we're going to get into him. Yeah, he's got 5 wins in 7 races.
I
Like
don't
if
even know
we
how to,
can,
other than looking at life, I can
yeah. Well, I mean,
kind of see that.
that's the lifetime. Yeah, he's had 7 races, won 5 of them, got second in 2 of them,
Oh,
and
geez.
made 1.57 $1,579,100 has been his gross earnings.
And
And then it
okay,
breaks it down by
600 and
year.
then a million.
Yeah,
What's
and
SA
then the
mean?
SA, that is track specific. So in this case, at Santa Anita, he's ran 4 times, won 3, got a second for 676.
Oh, damn. So this is a crazy favorite. This is cool to
Yeah,
even see this horse on the track, actually, the more I think about this.
well, it's going to
Right?
be a good race.
This is a Derby horse, right?
Oh, he did not race in the Derby because
But
Baffert was banned.
he
Otherwise,
would have been, and he probably would have been like a favorite.
he would have been the favorite in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fucking I'm sorry, that's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
That's such
So
a good
one other thing
horse.
to look at here, quick, above life there, it has the number 122. That is the weight he's going to be running at in this race.
Above
You will see above
where
life it says 122.
where's life? Oh, over here, right here. Okay.
Under his lifetime, yeah,
And
it
then it
is.
says
Nope,
122. It's big.
yeah, it's big, 122. And then to the right it says Juan Hernandez. That's the jockey that's going to be on him in 2024. So the dash, that is at the meet, but because this is the first weekend of the meet at Santa Anita, it's blank right now. Next weekend he'll have data populating this. But so far in
Okay.
24, he's ran 580 races, won 138 of them for a 24% 0.24 win rate.
The jockey?
So a jockey.
The
So
jockeys
good
ran
jockey as well.
580 races?
Yeah,
How
because
is that possible?
they're running multiple races every day. They'll have in
Like
a
when
10
they do
horse card,
those
they'll probably
race
run 7 or
weekends?
8. Yeah, like on this card, I'll bet you Juan Hernandez probably has. I haven't looked. Probably 6 or 7 races that he's in. Yeah, he is the best jockey in California, in my opinion.
Oh, maybe I can't look it up by.
So you got the best horse, the best jockey, and the best trainer, and you understand why Muth is 2-1.
There's
It lines up
it says
pretty quickly.
8. He's on here 8 times.
Okay, yeah. So
He's running 8
that's how
races.
he can pad those stats up pretty quick and get a lot of them.
Wait, so so if you're like a notable jockey, you don't just race on one horse for one race. You race on
You're
whoever
racing.
wants to hire you for their horse in each race, and it's normal to run like back to back to back.
Yes, it is because I mean you get paid, right? Like you get a cut of the winnings for every race, so you want to run more.
He's on a 5-1, he's on a 2-1, he's on a 10-1, a 9-2, a 12-2. So almost you could kind of snipe him when he has high. That's interesting. You could even like snipe jockeys when they have not as good of odds and
Absolutely.
splash them. That's
And that
really
is
interesting.
absolutely an angle that people will play. I mean, even in the pick'em, about a month ago, I was doing the guest spot. I literally just had no time, so I just played the one jockey all day, hit a 20-1, and people
For
are like,
Bob.
hope you bet on that. Like, no,
Four
it
of
was just
those are
riding the job.
Bob Baffert horses, it looks like.
Yeah, and you'll see guys that have agreements, certainly with certain jockeys and stuff like that. Excuse me, to stay on their horses and guys get comfortable. Hey, you did a good job with my horse. I'm gonna I'm going to keep you on them. So it certainly makes sense that way.
That's really
And
interesting.
then
I had no idea that was a thing. That I had no clue.
yeah, see, somebody's mentioning my Kazushi pick there at Del Mar
Kazushi?
3 weeks ago, probably. He's a good jockey down at Del Mar, and yeah, I had him on a 20 to 1 and hit that, so that was nice. But then
Oh.
looking at Moose here again, I mean, I will just highlight again in the top right there. Wet. He's never ran a race. Synthetic track, he hasn't had a race. Turf tracks, he hasn't had a race. So this tells us real quick, he's a dirt horse. And then at this distance, he's ran one race and won it, made 787,000.
What does wet mean? Does wet just mean like
Wet means that the track is sloppy or muddy or soft or muddy. Some of them call it sloppy.
can that be on
You'll
turf or dirt? Or is it
That'll
only
typically be
one?
on dirt. You can get wet tracks on turf. Typically, though, they're not going to run the turf tracks when it's wet. It's just too slippery. There are tracks that, in my opinion, stupidly will still do it,
Temple,
but
what's going
that
on? Welcome in, brother.
yeah.
Volcom also
So
welcome
if we
on. Volcom's one of my rest buddies. Volcom, this is like a race sheet for like actual IRL racing. Cause I've been wanting to go to some of these like actual events and races and stuff as time goes on. I got a brother who loves it, so it might be a fun thing to do. And I've stared at these things and done pics, and Sangundo over here across from me keeps sending them to me. And honestly, I keep talking to my brother, and then I'm just like, you know what? I kind of want to learn about this. And also, maybe if I see him, I'll get one of those cool shirts.
yeah, like, hey, custom orders from high octane racing. I wore one of these. I wore the black one to the Kentucky Derby. I wear them to the track here all the time. It's got my barcode on the back. I get a few people signing up every day. I'm spreading the gospel 24/7, man.
Oh yeah, speaking of signing up, I also just fixed my sign up stuff below my stream. I don't have it open right now, but if you click any of that, it will open straight up to claim the free horse, sign up with the code, and then if you do that, let me know though, because I'll hook you up with a free horse, help you out, all that good stuff. By the way, rip to all major Oakland teams, Taco. I heard an interview with Bob Melvin today where they were asking Bob Melvin because he didn't go to the final game, like why he didn't go and like what he thought about it. It's very interesting. Yeah, Fisher did not make many people happy. And then remember, he's also moved out of San Francisco, some of his other businesses. It's a very wealthy person. So he actually owns quite a bit of San Francisco. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. And it sucks that they're gone. Like it's weird. When the first baseball games I went to were A's games because my grandpa was an A's fan. He wasn't a Giants fan. My family was Giants fans because I think my dad fell in love with like Willie Mays and Willie McCovey and became a Giants fan. But my grandpa loved the A's. Grew up in Oakland in that area and like he was an A's fan. So it's pretty crazy. I don't know if you know much about if you follow baseball too much, Sangudo, but the A's
Well, I do.
basically
Yeah.
have they're gonna be relocating to the AAA field for a couple years and then going to Vegas. Side note:
Yeah,
the
you
like
see,
minor league team field they're playing at was ranked #1. So that actually is the only positive.
So, answering Volcom's question in the chat there, IRL racing. So these are the races at Santa Anita here on Saturday. You don't have to be there to make picks. There's all sorts of online places you can make picks at, and we run our pick'em contest in PhotoFinish, which is free to enter. Certainly is perks if you're making picks within PhotoFinish, but free to enter, win horses, win into a free roll. We have all sorts of fun stuff. So it's kind of walking through the real life tracks here, but if you do want to go back to the sheet there, I will walk you through the individual races that are shown on here as well and how to read them. Because there's a lot of data to glean out of those, which is part
Okay,
of the
well
fun.
here let's finish with Muth first. So when we were
Sure.
talking, we got to like here. So the way to read this is the date. This is the
Yeah.
track,
So
right?
yeah, so it goes
C7DMR.
date. Yeah, and so that would be
Here, maybe I
Del
can make
Mar.
this even bigger because we're just looking at like a little section of it. Yeah, that's smart. Let's do that. And I can put it above me so everybody can see it. Okay, so we're looking right here. Boom. Okay, so you got date, track, right?
Yep, at Del Mar.
And then this is going to be
And
conditions.
then,
It's all fast.
yeah, and so the 7 at Del Mar means that was a 7 furlong race.
7D, 12D,
Right?
8.
No,
Oh,
that is not correct. Sorry.
this would be an 8
I'm
because
not
it's
sure what that.
one would be 8.
Yeah,
7.998.
I'm not sure what I'm not sure what that 7 is supposed to be. I don't know that I've seen that
It's
many
probably a
times.
time or something.
Oh,
7,
it's the
12,
weight
8,
carried
8,
by the
9.
horse.
The weight, okay.
It's the weight carried by the horse. Included. No, that's not radius. Sorry. The racetrack abbreviation and the race number. So it's the 7th race at Del Mar. Sorry. And then the track was fast. The FST
Okay, wait,
means
hold on. We
fast.
gotta hit a click W for that. Okay. I'm not the only one that has trouble reading it. Okay. So it's the 7th race at Del Mar. That makes a lot of sense. This is the 12th race at, I don't know what OP is, 8th race at Santa Anita. And then that makes sense
Overland
actually,
Park.
because you said 4 races at Santa Anita. 1, 2, 4. Somebody really intelligent would have saw that right away.
And then the FST means fast. That's the course conditions. You can see like SY for sloppy, MY for muddy, FD for frozen in some of them. But typically you're going to see fast, muddy. Sometimes you'll see yielding.
I didn't
And then
think
the
about
next
that.
column
Is
over,
that the, oh wait, that's
next column
the,
over
oh
is
wait,
the.
I'm dumb. That's my actual, it's, I copied the wrong thing. My bad, chat. Let me get the actual link. I gave it the link that I saved instead of the link from Discord. Try that again. My bad, chat. 1 sec.
Somebody's asking if they have the right link. Yes, Party On Girl is in the first race tomorrow. So
Oh,
we're
could you
just
put the
looking at
link
the
in the
right
chat?
race.
I'm lukewarm, so I put the link that in case anybody gets into my computer, that's where you can find it.
Okay, I will put the link to where we have because these
Yeah,
are
that'd be great. That I
you,
didn't think about that.
you do
That
have
would be smart.
yeah, you do have to purchase these, but if you go to our Discord,
Oh, okay.
I've
So
got a
maybe we
link
shouldn't
in there.
do that. Is that what that means?
I don't care. I've got the program put in there, and I put it in there every week.
I wouldn't think they get too mad about it being educational. But hey,
No, who knows?
I've
So
seen
then looking at Muth again there some more. So fast track, obviously that's all he's ran at, and then the 1, that's the distance. So 1
that's
mile. If
8
you look below it,
furlong.
the last race it had was at 1 1/8 mile, which is what this is. 7 furlongs before that, 1 1/16. So it kind of, I mean, this horse just bloody well wins
It doesn't
everywhere,
care.
as you can see. It does not care, and
Does not
it'll
care.
say on here as well. I'm just trying to see if any right below it.
So what's
If you
so
scroll
then
down to the 7th.
if
If you
we
can
go to
scroll
the
down to the
next
7 horse, I just want to show something quick here.
okay.
Scroll to the 7 horse, and you'll notice kind of 4 and 5 races down there. There's a T. That means it was a turf
A
race.
T.
That's what that number's telling you.
Oh, this horse is ran on turf.
Yeah, so he's got a couple turf races in there.
Just to see if it can, just to see what happens.
Yeah, or it's the race that they're at locally there. I mean, a lot of times, unless your horse is just a killer or you know the bloodlines, like the Seinfeld saying, the mother was a mother kind of thing. Some horses just are predisposed to like dirt versus turf. If it's not having as much success early, maybe you'll switch it up and test it at a different track just to see if maybe there's a little bit of magic there, perhaps.
What do this C and the S mean?
You know what? I don't know the answer to that one, Taco. And the sheet I'm looking off here to make sure that
No
I'm catching
worries.
myself on anything. I don't
Okay,
have
so
that,
what
so I
would
don't have a good
be
answer for that one.
this column? Is this like a times?
So we're looking at the on Muth the
Yeah,
22
back to
dash
Muth. We're
3.
just we're just going over in the same column after the fast and the 1. I think it's like time splits, right? This thing right here.
Yes. So we're gonna get into the time splits here. So the first quarter of it ran 45 seconds, and it was 4 furlongs back, is what that little 4 means. And at the second, at the halfway point, it was a minute. I said that wrong. Sorry. It was 1 minute 10 seconds in. At the 3/4 mark of the race, it was a minute 35 in, and so that's kind of its time intervals.
Okay.
And then the next column over where it says SHRD Belef L 126, that's the race that it was in. So I can't pretend to know what those things, but it was 126K stakes race.
Claimer. Or is it a
That
claimer or
wouldn't have been a
just
that
a
would not have
stakes
been a
race?
claimer. Just a stakes race. If you scroll, we'll get to that here in a second. So below that, it ran in the Arkansas Derby, which was a G1. It ran in the St. Vincent, which was a G2. BC Juvenile G1. Like you can see, the first race it ran, it was a maiden special weight at 61K. So it was a maiden race. There was some weight involved, and we'll probably see that later, with a 61,000 purse. And then the next column over, these are your buyer scores. Now the first number, I don't see a lot of programs that look like this. Usually there's just one number.
Okay,
And the
so it'll
one
just
number
be
there
the
usually is
average.
no. So the one number that's usually there is the second number, and that is its speed rating in the race. So think your fleet figure in PFL for lack of a better explanation. It's kind of a weighted speed number. Anything over 100 is
Throughout
ridiculous.
the whole, and then this one's throughout the whole race, basically, right? Is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
That's why it's like 88
So
to.
the 88 in this case, the first number is actually the pace. I'm not going to pretend to have a lot of insight as to what that means at the intervals, the pace that it ran throughout. But that final number is really what I'm going to look at here.
Just
And
this one.
most programs you see are just going to have one. So the last race it had 108 buyer score. The race before that 115 buyer score. It's no surprise it
So
won
it's
those
not called
races.
fleet figure. It's called buyer score.
That's correct. BEYER. So that's the number that people. It's supposed to be the evenized number. And after a race, you'll see a lot of you'll see a racetrack. Buyer scores from
Oh,
today's big
Bayer.
race. They'll show the scores.
BEYER. Yo, I
Buyer,
spelled it.
buyer.
I spelled it BUYER. I
So
okay.
that's what
Bayer
that number
speed
is.
figure. Bayer speed figure is a system for rating the performance of thoroughbred horses in North America. Designed in the 70s by Andrew Bayer. Damn. First published in 19. So it's been around since the 70s. Published in 75. So it's probably been used since 75. Okay,
Yeah.
so this
And
is
then
something to read for sure.
yeah. So the
Speed
buyer scores and
figure.
we'll
Yeah.
talk about.
Top Bayer
And we'll
speed
talk about.
figures are going down. Actually,
Yeah,
it's not
because
going down.
higher is
It's not in
better.
order. Okay, so yeah, like flight line is 126. Damn. Wait, is Muth on here then? Probably not. It's probably an
No,
old
the
thing.
highest Moose's had is a 115,
Yeah, that would not
which
be
is
on there.
ridiculously high. That might be
Okay,
as high as I've
interesting.
seen recently.
So this is like the normal figure, and it's called a Bayer speed figure or Bayer speed
Yep.
figure. Yeah, that's called.
Yep. So then
Okay,
the
interesting.
column to the right of the speed figure is its post position. So in the last race he was in post 3, and
Okay,
then
07.
the on the and then the other one there, the 7 is its start position or its first running position. So basically out of the gate where it was at.
Oh, so like right down the track, it was in 7th.
Yeah. So and then you get into the intervals of the race. So the 2-1 means it was in at the first quarter interval. It was in second place. So make sure I'm saying this right. The first running position, it was in second place, and then the 1 is how far back it was. So it was 1 furlong behind. And then the middle running position, again second and 1 furlong behind. Excuse me. And then you get into the quarter mark, which is the 1. So it was in first by half a length, and then as it rode down, it was first by 1 length, and it finished in first by 2 lengths. So that last number is its finish in the race. And so you'll be able to see certain horses Sierra Leone is a famous 3-year-old right now that'll be running at the Breeders' Cup. It's ran in all the big races. You look early for her or him, sorry, and he's always like 12th, 10th, fourth, third. Like he closes late, and you'll see, especially with marathoners, that style. You'll also see ones that people are talking about. Oh, it's a fast track. Horses are going to want to get out ahead. You'll be able to see kind of running styles within this. But the last number there shows the position and then by how much. So he won that race by 2 lengths. The
Okay, we got
race
the
he got
jockey.
second in. When we go down to the one he had second in, he was second by 6 1/4 lengths. So he got blown out in that one. And then then you have your jockey. You have the weight
He
that the
got
horse
blown
ran
out
at.
by
So in that last,
fierceness. That sounds familiar.
we'll talk. We'll talk about fierceness here. And so he ran that last race 124 pounds. This just kind of shows the weight they have as you start digging in. Oh, maybe this horse doesn't handle weight when he's running at 144, and you'd be able to make that evaluation. Excuse me. The next column is your betting odds. The equivalent odds of what they had. So that last race at point 2, he was a heavy favorite. He was a 5-4 favorite. The race before that, you got 2.3 odds. So as you can see, he has been a very heavy favorite in every race he's been in. And then it'll show his name, obviously Booth. He was in first. It'll show the top 3 here, where it has indispensable as the black, the with the bold. That means he's in this race as well. You see that bold, that means that horse is in this race as well. So you can kind of look at a horse and I really like that horse. Oh, but it's lost to a different horse a few times out. Like, maybe I should look into that. And then you're comparing distance, you're comparing track and things like maybe one was at turf, maybe one was at dirt. So I mean that's going to go into your thought process. And then it'll say again what the weight the horse is at. So in that last race they raced against each other, indispensable was at 118 pounds and finished a length and a quarter back.
And
And then
Imagination was at
Imagination
24 too.
it was at 124. It finished 6 like so. There's a ways back. And then it'll say a little bit about how the horse raced. It bid too wide, led, and then shook free. Like there's 2 of them coming down that he kind of got away from them. In the race front, he pressed. There was a duel. They were neck and neck, and then he kicked clear towards the end. He went from pretty close to just putting it into overdrive.
Okay, interesting.
So it gives you a little bit of insight. And one place where I find this as important as anything is, I'm sorry, somebody mentioned there, italicized name on here. So like if you look down a row there where it shows Mystic Dan, if that name is italicized, it means that that horse won their next race after this. So to try to give you an idea of how strong the horse is. So even if we look at Muth on his 5th race, so he won that race, but his race is not italicized. But when you look up, he got second in the next one. It is. That means he won the race after that. So it's giving you a little bit of insight into the strength of the horse, of the field. Again, you're missing context.
It's even got
what kind
like
of race, that sort of stuff.
tiny. Oh no, it doesn't. I'm seeing things. Thought there was a tiny little something there because it won, but there isn't.
And then the last row on the sheet for him will show his workouts. So September 21st at Santa Anita, he did a 5 furlong on a fast track, and he ran it in 1 minute flat. The 2 means he was 2 furlongs back of the horse that ran. And then you can see there were 64 horses that kind of ran there, and he was 9th of them. So it's just horses working out, getting their trials, and they'll try to see how horses have compared to that. With a horse like Moose, my opinion, I mean, the bigger horses, you know what you're getting. I'm not getting too worked up about a good or bad workout. But where this matters,
Yeah,
where
because they're
you'll
gonna
get some
dial them back
information
on
out of this,
purpose.
where you'll get information out of this that can help you find a sleeper is maiden races, sparsely raced horses, or horses at smaller tracks. If you see a horse that's working out way better than other horses going into a maiden, that's something to look at. So you can get some insight from this data as well. Again, and I am by no means an expert, but everybody will have kind of their angle And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about now. Now that we've kind of walked through the program, you know what you're looking at. Everybody has their own angles that they like to play, right? We talked about jockeys. Some people just ride the jockey. You know, they'll ride just the one trainer the whole race, or they'll use the buyer scores. You know, who's got the most higher buyer scores recently. They'll play the back and forth game with, okay, this one raced against this one raced against this one, similar distance. Okay, I'm gonna go that route on it. Or, you know, you'll see things where a horse is running a bunch of G2, G1s, and then it comes down to $100 allowance or $100 stakes race, 100K stakes race. And it's like, wow, he's been racing in the big boy circuit. I think he's going to smash these horses kind of coming up, and that's an angle that you can play at as well. Obviously, record at distance, record at a track, record recently. So there's so many ways to play, and the beautiful thing about this sport, there's no right answer. I mean, everybody has their angles they play, but there's a reason that even the people on TV who are paid to give their opinions, and they know what they're talking about, they they ain't hitting anywhere at a great clip either. I mean, so you know, when I'm doing my picks, and I've taught all my kids how to do this too. You know, don't send the IRS after me here, but you know, we go to the track quite often. Couldn't today because I was out of pocket, but we're going to go tomorrow. You know, my one son, he hammers the distance pretty hard. He's looking at what the record is at that distance. He'll look at the competition level of the races, but that's his angle. My other kid just rides the jockeys. He rides David Cordosa here at Arapahoe Park. So you know, he has his thing there. I play a little bit of everything. I look at buyer scores. I look at, you know, competition, things like that. My wife bets on which horse is prettiest. You know, it's
Are these numbers up
you can
top
find,
like power numbers for the horse, like closing something sprint power?
you know what? I legitimately have no idea what those numbers are. I don't see them on
Closing
many race terms either. These California
something.
ones are a little whack.
Chat, what's it
If
mean?
someone knows, yeah, if someone knows,
Who
please
knows?
comment in. I do not mind being humbled here, but I don't know what those are. I don't see those very often.
Also, a reminder, if you're lurking, exclamation ticket in the chat to join the giveaway. There's not a lot of people in it right now. Good chance to win it. It's been sitting up there at the top of the stream. It's just exclamation ticket, space one. That's all you got to do.
So, you know, now that we've
Actually,
kind
even
of
just
talked about
ticket
different
works.
angles, you can look through, you know, the race and, you know, start. Hey, I like this one. I don't like it. You kind of put them in order, and you'll come up with who to pick. I
Corn dog, get
personally
in here.
never even look. Yeah,
Sorry, keep
I
going.
never look
Keep
at the
going, man.
money line odds myself. A lot of people will, obviously, because, you know, it's a quote unquote expert doing it. Um, but you know, I make my picks based on what I see in the sheet, and then I'll make them. And if one that I really like is a big underdog, I'll go put a little bit more on it. That's just kind of how I approach it. But there's no wrong answer. There's no wrong bet. And you know, I thought we talked a little bit about how to wager too. I mean,
Yeah, so like,
obviously,
I definitely don't know
so
how
everybody.
that, because
Okay,
you never like just go and just pick one horse when you go. You always have some strategy. You're doing like multiple picks.
yep. So a win bet is obviously the horse to win. A place bet is the horse to finish first or second. A show bet is to finish first, second, or third. You know, people will make a win place show bet. So if that means they're, I'm just saying, unless I say otherwise, I'm using $2 as my bet amount just for argument's sake. So I'm going to go make a $2 win place show bet. That's actually going to make a bet on each of those. So it's going to be a $6 ticket. If it finishes first, you hit on all three. If it finishes second, you hit on the place bet and the show bet. And then you get into more exotic plays.
And that's a
Exactas
win
mean you're
place
picking.
show.
An exacta is a first and second in order. So, and it's actually my favorite bet. So what I'll do is I'll box them up. I'll usually pick uh, 3 horses that I like in the race, and then I'll put them in an exacta box. So that means I'm picking 3 horses, and by boxing them, that means it doesn't matter what, or like, as long as those 3 finish 1, 2, I'm going to hit on that. It's buying a ticket for every order possibility. So that $2 exacta box on 3 horses is going to cost me $12 because there's 6 actual bets within it. That's my favorite bet. Now the amount might vary a little bit, um, But trifectas are when you're picking first, second, and third. And again, you can just do it in order. Like it's going to be this horse, this horse, this horse, or you can box them up, and that's going to a $2 trifecta boxed up is going to cost you $24 if my math is right. It'll tell you, uh, but those pay pretty good usually. Exactas if you're betting the favorites, yeah, it might not be a huge payout, but you start getting into trifectas, you're making pretty good dime if you're picking them, but it just costs more. Superfecta, same thing, except that's 4 in a row. Those are those are tough. Those are DGen plays for sure. Uh, but I mean, when you're looking at a field and you're like, man, okay, this horse is going to win. This horse is going to run away with it. You can do an exacta box that has a lead. Like you're only betting on this horse to get first, and then you can put, I think these two, one of them is going to get second, right? So you can do that at the counter as well, and that usually is called a key. Like I want a key on horse number 5 here. Moose is going to win. I'm going to key 5, and then have 6 and 7 as my
Holy.
boss. So as long as you're 5-6 or 5-7, you're good to go.
What's the giveaway? The giveaway is one of the horses for the PhotoFinish game that I play a lot, Volcom. If you win it, I'll get you set up. I'll give you some derby. Um, but yeah, basically it's this guy right here. In case you guys have not seen it yet, it is on Twitter. It's kind of my favorite style of S minus, where it's an S minus with like an S or an S plus, and it's still rolled an S minus. So hopefully that's a
Yeah,
good
I,
sign.
I randomly assigned these away, and I was looking at this one before he came on stream. I'm like, ooh, that should be a pretty good runner somewhere.
It's a lot of stars for a second gen Zoom Zephyr kit too. Like
Yeah,
Zoom
and
Zephyr, and they use Prime Time. They use Scuba Clown here. That's a lot of stars on the bottom. Then they use Benedict. A lot of
both.
stars to get those stars. A lot of money,
Yeah,
honestly.
it's a
They're expensive.
nice looking breed. Like I said, usually, as you know, as everybody knows, I really don't dig through the ones that were given away. I just, here you go, here you go. But
Yeah,
I
this one
did
looks
look at
cool
this one.
too.
I'm like, ooh, that's.
This is a
I mean, I love
W.
the look. Yeah, this is a nice looking one. So hopefully it'll be a stable builder. So now that I've kind of gone through this sort of stuff, I can see other bet points I'll pick on there. You'll see pick 3, pick 5. What those are is you can pick, if you can pick the winner in 5 races in a row in a pick 5. There's some stupid huge pots, stupid huge pots, and you can pick as many horses as you want in each race. It's just that adds up real quick, like because every horse adds a combination kind of thing. So uh, those tickets will usually be pretty big unless you're picking like one horse in each race, which if you can pick 5 in a row winners, I mean, kudos to you. That's awesome. But you'll see
It
some
seems
of these
pretty
big, I won
impossible.
$10,000, pick 5, pick 6. Those are big ones. I rarely play those. Um, just again, it's so hard to hit those. They're like your multi-leg parlay bets in football or something. So,
They're going for the big
but there's
bonus.
yeah, there's different ways to play it. Like I said, my 14-year-old, he loves going through the program, digging through it hard. He's kind of in the exacta box phase too, where his little brother just like, I'm gonna make a place bet on my favorite, on the horse I think's gonna win. He does pretty well with that. He usually comes out ahead on the day, so it's certainly fun. I frame it to the wife when I'm teaching them math.
And then just so
But
folks
you know,
know too that are watching, there's the picks for this weekend in Discord as well, right? The actual picks to fill
yep.
out. Where's
Let
that
me.
link?
I'll
That's
put a. It is in Discord, but I will put a direct link here. Just give me 2 seconds.
okay, cool.
Oh, that's gonna go.
Yeah, for sure, Volcom. We can do that. PGA Steve, what's going on, man? Welcome in. No, I just had one degenerate brother, and then the thing is, it's like a really intelligent brother. So he like after he got in trouble, he just like never ever talked to me about horse racing again. I just decided to enjoy it on my own. And then if you guys are wondering why my brother got into it, it's my grandpa loved it. Like it was huge and it was very big. He loved it. He went to the track. There's one down the street that used to be around here. And so I really grew up with adults around me who like had previously loved horse racing, and then they kind of transitioned into like sports and stuff when they had kids. Yeah, my grandpa was a good example. That's for sure. You had pieces you had to take out just because of where they grew up, but pretty neat. That's definitely where my brother got it from. Old grandpa took him to the racetrack. PJ Steve, are you in the giveaway? I'm not sure I saw you. Double check. Yeah, we got PJ Steve, we got Temple, we got V, we got Foss, J Hine, Outlaw. Remember exclamation ticket space 1 in the chat. Corn Dog, you're not in here yet. Try again, Corn Dog. Get in
Corn
here.
Dog live next to the dog track. Which
Corn
dog
Dog's
track,
brand
Corn
new.
Dog? Is
He's
that
gonna be in the
I live right close to one of the old ones myself.
he said I live next to a dog track in Colorado when it was open, was always there. There you
Yeah, I
go.
want to know
There
which
you go.
I want to know which dog track.
Got it. Exclamation ticket, boom, right in. I live next to Bay Meadows. So actually I don't live next to it now, but like I grew up next to it. That's the correct way to say it. Because it no longer
I'm not
exists.
far
I
from
can't
Arapahoe.
I can't live next
I'm
to
not
it.
I'm not far from Arapahoe Park here in Colorado. It's about 25 minutes from the house to there, so we go quite a bit, as you know, to the horse races.
Viper, what's going on, Viper? Welcome in. Viper's in there. Boom. Yeah, super simple entry. Mega super simple. Also a secret for those of you who are here, a lot of times I open them up early and you can actually just come before the you can come before the stream and enter. That's a secret though, okay? That's our secret. Best track is Cheltenham, UK, my hometown. Jump racing is the way. Is that where they go over the barriers in the water? What's that called? There's a name for that. Like the something run? You know what I'm thinking of?
Are you talking like equestrian or what?
I'm
Like
thinking of
equestrian
I'm
racing?
thinking of the horse race where they jump over the thing into the water and it's a very long horse race with like 15, 20, 25 horses. A lot of times horses get injured in it. But it's like a really, really famous race. Super famous. And there's always like a big jump
I
and then
don't know
there's
that one.
water at that jump. What am I thinking of? Yeah, I don't know. I'll think of it. The Grand National, is that it? That sounds right. Yep.
All
This
right,
is
well,
it.
what?
It's this
Okay,
one.
yeah.
This one's crazy. British horse race held annually over the Antistry horse in Liverpool. It attracts more attention throughout the world than any other steeplechase. It's a steeplechase. That's what I meant to say. And it was instituted in whatever. It's crazy. It's like it's madness. It's probably more horses than I said. But yeah, they jump over this stuff, and then what I see is I like started looking over it, and then like some people love it, some people don't like it. This is the one I always remember, where they jump over the water. That's crazy. That's a crazy image, dude. Crazy odds on those. Yeah, there's like 20, 25 horses in the race. It's wild. It's totally wild. Yeah, you can see they jump over all these things. It's a super long race. Forget how long, but it's very long. Coming soon to PFL. Steeplechase
Yeah.
racing.
No. We're gonna add we're gonna add sharks in the water too. Just really amp it up.
Oh man, you had a dog. So you live next to a Mile High Greyhound Park, and they shut it down. Yeah, a lot of the dog racing got shut down. A lot of it.
There's the one up in Wheeling, West Virginia, and I think
Crazy
there's only one other
TDs.
track in the U.S.
Crazy TDs with the first message. Welcome in, Crazy. Man, maybe you can tell me what track this is. Monmouth Park was my stomping grounds for over 25 years, always at the Haskell. I've seen horses named Haskell.
That's well, the Haskell is a big G1 race that runs up there at Monmouth Park. That's up in New York in I want to, or no, New Jersey. It's Oceanport, I think is the right name of it. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's
Oceanport, New
Oceanport, New
Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah, Oceanport, New
And
Jersey.
yeah, the Haskell is its feature race.
The
Won the
Haskell.
Haskell
Yeah,
this
it
year. I
looks like
think it
it's part of
was
TVG.
Dornock won.
That's the racing
I
team.
think Dornock won the Haskell this year. Who also
Dornock?
won the Belmont.
That's the
Yeah, I
one
think he won the
owned by the that's the one owned by the baseball
Jason
player.
Jason Worth.
Yeah.
Yep, by Jason Worth.
I would know that
Let's
crossover.
see who won the Haskell
Love
this
big
year.
baseball fan here.
Am I right? Dornock won. Look at that. Look at
That's a hell of a
that. Yeah,
call.
and yeah, he's he's a great horse. He was one that I liked at the Derby when it was muddy because he had beat Sierra Leone earlier. I think he finished fourth at the Derby. Um, but I'm excited. He's one that I'll be watching at Breeders' Cup when I go out there here in November. Same with Fierceness and Sierra Leone. A lot of those horses that I saw at the Kentucky Derby this year are going to be at the Breeders' Cup as well. Uh, yeah, it's going to be a fun time.
Taco, make sure you enter A minus LD series races. Only 6 have points. I do have one.
Yeah,
Only 6. You know what's crazy is I had put a horse in a race 2 different times to try to get points, and one of the A minuses last season never got points, and there's only like 11 horses in that race. My horses kind of suck this season. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of my horses are getting benched. Sometimes when you have horses that are great when they're 2, they just regress when they're 3. There's nothing you can do.
I don't know that they regress. It's just they're running against harder competition, and yeah, instead of benching them, I
And
mean that's why we put the low dollar claimers in
I'm
people.
not putting any
Play
of
that
those in
claimer
claimers.
ladder,
Not putting any of those in claimers.
claimers.
Um, I mean, part of the problem though is like for some of the A minuses, I haven't been able to get the right distance. Like I haven't been able to get an 8 or a 9 filled. I've had 3 races or 2 races canceled with like my good 8 or 9 furlong horse. So I put him in an 11 and lost. The guy, somebody just happened to put in Discord like, oh, look at this A minus race. The worst horse finished last. It was like, it was by a horse that was, pretty good record. It's like the first time I put the thing in a fucking 11 furlong. Like, come on, man. If it's in an 8 or a 9, it's Gucci. But just I haven't got the 8 or 9. Haven't got a 7 at the lower one. There's literally not been a 6 furlong fast race for A minus right dirt yet, which is what one of my horses runs. It runs 6 furlong and nothing else. So Lewis has now missed
If you have
top 4
if you
twice.
haven't got one yet,
It's
if you
killing
haven't
me.
got one
So
yet, it'll be there. I
any of
promise you.
you
It's
feeling
just
that
A,
pain,
A minus
there you
A
go.
minus are tough. I mean, because like people have said,
Part of it's
they're
luck of
not
what
filling.
races are out there. But yeah, but part of
It's
it was that I had a busy week because I had plenty of horses to fill the race. What I did is maybe I should have just filled it, but I was like not trying to fill it until the last minute in case anybody else actually wanted to go in, and then I'll go in with like the extra horse. So I guess I just gotta like go in and not give it like 30 minutes because then I get busy and I don't go in. So it's really my own fault, is what I'm saying. Literally saying it's my own fault. Because I have noticed if I go and I look at that, it's definitely better this time around. Like the amount of I sneak over here and like sneak over to this, like there's more horses in this already. Like this leaderboard had 11 horses in it last time. So like the sprint's gonna be full. I think the 10 is probably a little bit less. Be a little bit less. But like all of this is doing better. Like people have took note of like last season and it's much different. Like I don't even have a horse in this right now.
yeah. I mean, I
Um,
mentioned it in Discord earlier today when somebody was talking about A minuses and said they're like, oh, they're going to disappear. I'm like, we're taking the build it and they will come approach because we do want them to have a spot. But
well, you kind of
yeah,
got to have
it's
the A
it's
minuses at least until you got to have it a little longer because of people wanting to. People are going to start to realize horses are dying. 5 months from now, like when you look at a Gen Zero female, you get 5 more decisions. And I think what's going to start happening is people are going to be like, oh, I want to make this base so that I have it for this next phase. And I think we already see that. I agree with you though. You could probably give me a stat where it's like a 4 or 5 or You know, it's probably 5% or lower of the population. Like it's very small. But I would say it held
Yep.
steady or increased from last season to this season. I would think.
I think so. I think we've seen a little bit of an uptick. Still some room to be done, but again, we also know the current meta is somewhat new, so we anticipate that more will eventually run in them.
Like I've
It's not
got
going away anytime
10
soon.
plus A minus horses. But it's like almost all bases and stuff like that.
Foss,
These are
to answer
Gen
your question,
Zeros.
horses live until they're 25, but they only can race. They start racing when they're 2, when they're a juvenile, and then they can run from 3 till 8. They auto retire once they turn 9. So you have each season is 28 days. So you've got, what's that, 7 years of your life then that you're racing times 28. So you got about half a year in real life terms for the horses to race. And you can race anywhere from easily 10 to, you can get 20 in if you're crazy schedule wise and everything. And then, yeah, once they turn 25, actually, I don't have it in front of me because Ian just comments on it. When they turn 25, they die. I can't remember if they can breed at 25 and then die, or if they spit the pony out and die at 25. I
Well, I
think
would
that's what
think
it is.
25, I think, well, that's actually a good question. Do they die the minute they turn 25, or do they live the
Yes.
season of 25 and cake on 26? That's actually a good question.
Somebody asked this. Somebody asked this like yesterday, and I got the official word from Ian, and I just can't remember what the heck the answer was. I'm trying to find it here when we talk.
Yeah, that'd be cool. This was kind of a crazy breed. 7.5 stars on the bottom, and it's only got 7 up top. My math is terrible. No, that's right. 7.5,
They die on their
7,
25th birthday
and then 8.
after giving birth if they're pregnant. So when
Okay,
they're
interesting.
24 and breed, they will have the full at 25, and then they're toast. There
Okay.
are 13 seasons in a calendar year, 28 days per season.
And then nowadays, the way that PF is kind of adapting is because of the way that prices and everything's changed. It's basically creating like series, adding value to encourage racing, and then they've come up with this awesome claimers setup. So, like for example, I had um, my brain will work here. I had Corndog message me the other night, and basically I tried to immediately steer him to claimers. Like if you really want to play, grab a horse or two from like a claimer, you know it's working, and then go ahead and roll from there. Toss the bomb. Yo, welcome in, Toss the bomb. Nice to have you there. Welcome in. What I was saying earlier holds true about people coming from everywhere, baby. Let's go. Nice to have you there, man. Welcome in. Yep, 365.28. And then basically each one of those is a season. So it's like a year for these horses, right? But it's a month to us. And it goes by faster than you think because you end up with 167 horses. See what I did
A
there?
non-stop stream of races. Yeah,
See what I did there?
it builds up quick. But yeah, you've got, again, I know Fost is new, and a few others have asked, but you have different places to run your horse every season.
Volkov says, I hope the owners still love and treat their horses even more after the 8 years under their pass.
Yeah,
Until they
they
pass.
get to go. Yeah, they get to go
Depends
breed after
depends
they.
who owns
So,
them.
some of them use and abuse them. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Ted. Ted yells at his horses. He shakes a cowbell and yells at them. That's why they're so good. They're afraid of nothing
Uh,
because Ted's there. It's like Chuck Norris,
yeah, it's.
except it's
But
Ted
yeah,
racing.
there's always something to play. The major races, virtual Kentucky Derby, Artemis Cup, all them are for 3-year-olds only. But we do have a grade restricted series that you qualify the first 2 weeks, and then the big races happen in week 3 up across all grades. So you're racing against other horses in the grade. Same with the juvenile series that runs the last 2 weeks. It's against horses in your grade. Taco mentioned the claiming races within your grade now. You can buy a horse for 400 Derby and lose it in a
And you
1200
can,
Derby claimer later.
well, no, let me like put the important part there though. What you can do is you can buy a 400 Derby horse that's had 9 races, that has all the information you need to know where to run the horse. And then it's just a matter of
Yep.
you identifying is it the right race? Is it the right weather? Does the horse have a good ML or not? Um, and MLs will change because you will go from racing really weak competition to racing some of the best horses, and then your ML goes from being competitive to being the worst in the race. And if it's not like a distance specialist, at that point your horse is done. So there's a lot to learn there, lots to learn. And I honestly learned a lot from you on the picks. I think I know what I'm picking for. This is race 9 we just did. Picking Muth. After we talked about it for 10 hours, I'm locking that one in. Where do I do that?
Hey, there's some other good ones in there. I mean,
Race
the horse
9,
we were looking at right below
5.
Moose, it's the one that won the Dubai World Cup,
Senior
and
Buscardo.
stacked stacked up some huge dough there because that is the richest race in the world
Wait, what?
over at the Saudi Cup and the Dubai World Cup there. Those are two of the richest races in the
So
world,
the
and he
All right,
he
I'm juiced up.
won the Saudi Cup. I think he got third in the Dubai. I can't quite see as you're scrolling here, but you'll
this
notice his
horse, right?
lifetime
Senior
winnings of
Buscado.
yeah his lifetime winnings
12
of over 12
million.
million. Yeah, man,
What?
and national treasure. Yeah,
11
so there's
million this year.
th those Dubai races. There's a
What
reason that a
fucking?
few of the
It's
top
this
horses go
one
over for that.
Saudi Cup. Wait, that's wild.
The massive.
Where does it?
Yep,
That's at.
it's a massive.
Oh my gosh. Chat, we should have been
Yeah, the Saudi
horses.
Cup. It's $20 million purse, I think, in that one in the Saudi Cup. I think it's 12 million in the Dubai World Cup.
So the thing that strikes me here is 10K sire's fee.
Yeah,
Wow.
it you can get that
Wow.
crazy roll. So
So I
I mean,
mean,
I
this is
certainly would
like
not
this
sleep
is
on this
like
horse in
this is
this
like an
race.
any man's horse. Is there anything special about like the female, or is this literally like an any man's horse and just
I do not know
no
enough
no
about the
no?
bloodlines to give you an answer to that.
But that is, that's a really low sire fee. Maybe it was in-house, chat. Must have been in-house. Breed deal. The Saudi Cup purse was 20 mil. Is that what those numbers were? I thought that's what those numbers were. 20 mil right here.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Holy. So wait, they blue ball these horses and put them to work for 8 years?
No,
Oh,
not
and
these.
and
He's talking
PF. He's talking about
PhotoFinish.
PF.
You you can
In P
retire once they turn 3. So if you
in
want to send them out to the
PF,
breeding barn, you can do that.
yeah, in PF we get, well, in real life the minute they retire they go to the breeding barn and they can breed for like 20 years. Like some of the that I do know. And like some of the best like derby winners and stuff that have stayed healthy, they'll get, 20, 30, 50K minimum because they're a derby winner.
Yep. Yeah. No, they'll get that and more usually. I mean, you saw the one race you were looking at there, 150K stud fee, 250K stud fee.
Wait, Golden Pal
They
said,
certainly.
or Jay Hines said, Golden Pal is a stud who banged 250 times this year. How many times can a horse breed? Like 10? 20? Like what?
No, you
250?
can. They can they can breed a ton. I mean,
Wait, what?
that's the dream, right? Retire and go to the stud barn for all of us.
Wait, how can he, wait, is that like they're like using science to like make 250 out of like 15 loads? Or is this horse like literally there with like a lightsaber and a cape and he's just like, "Hello, ladies."
You get both within the industry. I think most of them though do go the traditional breeding route. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's yeah, these guys get to enjoy life a little bit.
Lightsaber and a cape. Crazy TD says, "Bryce, when can we
Yeah,
buy that
yes,
shirt you got
yeah.
on, brother?" Yo, I asked him the same question.
Uh, High Octane has his PFL swag store. It's on the custom purchases from there. You could get your own PFP slapped on it. Troy will hook you up. It's
How much was it with shipping?
I,
That's what people really want to know.
I don't remember because I bought them before the Derby. I want to say it was like $35 for the shirts.
Wow. I
And
gotta
I got a
talk to
couple of
High
them.
Octane
I like the
and
black.
get like a little 5% off code and start the conga line.
Yeah, yeah. Hit
I
Troy up
didn't
for
no, I
sure.
didn't
He'll
realize that's who
make
did them. I thought,
well.
oh, yeah, I'll take like a
Yeah.
regular PF t-shirt too, but I thought that was actually from PF.
PFP is these little guys here. They were the ones that were the original horses in the game that people
Yeah,
bred
that's the
from. They
stuff
also have
that
the
we didn't buy
buy
that we
them.
should have bought Fost. They came out. You don't even want to know how little they cost. You don't even want to know. It was a fraction of a soul.
Nope, you don't.
You don't want to know, Fost.
You don't want to know the bag
We
the
fucked
bag
up.
that we all dropped there.
We fucked up.
I was in it too. Yeah.
I actually had one
Horses
offered
can't.
to me for free. Like I had people really trying to get me over to the game, and I was so headstrong. But it's tough when you're doing really well. It's tough to see what's going to happen a year from then. It's really tough. But
Yep.
what's great is if you
Yep.
have, if you swallow your pride and take a deep breath, you just move on and make the best of it.
What are they
We don't
worth
talk
now?
about
I haven't
that.
looked recently. Like half a soul because they had all the crown detached
Oh,
from
what
them,
are
so
those?
people got the vouchers.
Oh, yeah. So like when okay, so when people were selling PFPs, it was a year or two ago, you could get any the thing it was is if you look at Crown itself, there was a time period where it basically went from like 2 or 3 cents to $1. And so from that point, from when that spike happened, all the PFPs were like two, three, four, $5,000. Before that, it's like hundreds, a couple hundred. And then a very 7, 8, $10 investment then became 5, 6,000 for some people. Pretty wild.
Yep.
Plus all the crown from racing. So if I go over here and I look at like one of my Gen Zeros that raced a lot, and then
Yeah, they originally had a drop a
this will
crown. Since
blow
then,
your
there is
mind.
no crown attached to them anymore.
So this horse lost 75,000 Derby racing. Because first of all, these horses ran every distance because they just tried to run as much as they could to farm crown. If you include the crown gifts from racing early on, to give you an idea, in the first season or two, if you went into like a $10 race on PF, you got like 250 crown as the reward, like each horse. Over
That's crazy.
700,000
Even
Derby made just from the crown.
yeah, and then even
It's at
late last
today's
year, I
price.
mean November, December, it was every race was EV
So
plus. It's not that way now, but it
I
still
don't know,
can be pretty
what is
profitable.
that, $10,000? So
Yeah,
basically, so basically, everybody in this early on that participated, they did very well like this. That's why you have a lot of people helping new people because the game has shifted from where you you kind of get paid to learn to play the game to where you have to pay to learn. You pay Derby when you start out in races to learn how to race. And if you do it correctly, you'll get your first 5 or 10 horses for free, or at least your first 3 or 5, because you'll get it from people in the game, you'll get it from joining, you'll get it from running in rookie rally, getting the big Derby subsidy, and there you go. You got a couple more horses and some entry fees. So really the way to do it now is, getting the horses through giveaways and stuff like that and spending your money on entry fees. And it's crazy though. So, instead of it being like this, right? Like it's just much different now. Now it's all about having horses that actually profit when you race. And the thing that's tough about a horse that's good is knowing when it's no longer good. That's really when it's tough. That's the secret to the game. Knowing when to stop racing a horse the more I play. But you can see here, right? Like there's no crown anymore in the game. Like when you play, you almost don't think about the crown unless you're going into a stakes race. It's all focused on just being a good horse. So it's so much different. So much different than those first ones. But as you can see what I'm doing, Bri, Sangundo and chat, I mean, all I've got are Gen Zeros and I own all these Gen Zeros. It's going to be a bummer when they go out, but hopefully I've got enough kids. I'm gonna keep breeding them. I'm gonna keep buying more females probably so I can squeeze some more breeds out. But we definitely got some good ones. Like this Colt Philly Vanilli right here. This is actually amazing. I'll probably breed this if I need to, but interesting times. Interesting times. I couldn't stop from resist from buying. Yeah, I know. I looked at your stable and then I was like, "Oh gosh." But that's what happens. That's a good sign. It's good and bad. It's good that the game is exciting and pulls you in. And then at the same time, we got to make sure to guide you in the right direction, make good decisions. And then you become more of somebody competing. You don't just kind of donate money and then leave after a month because you're like, "Man, I got toasted. I'm out of here." Good stuff tonight, fellas. Been lurking and eating PFL for life. Yo, Mo, let's go. Mo, drop your link in chat. We're going to be going over to Mo's stream whenever he starts. Mo, let me know when you start. I'm trying to basically go till you start. Are you going to go live on
Yeah, you
Twitch
should
too,
do.
or just Kick? Because if you go live on Kick, I'll drop your link. But if you're on Twitch, I can also just raid you. Let me know. Let me know, Mo. That's definitely the goal. Link them up. Tell me more about the real picks. Where do I play this? That's a great question. So for the real picks for the Discord to win a horse, it's going to be this link that Bryce, that Sangundo. You know what's funny? I keep calling you Bryce whenever I look at your name, but in my brain,
That's okay.
I always call you Sangundo. It's funny how that works. So it's gonna be this link. So for the picks, what you can do, um, maybe Sangudo can share if you want to do like real actual picks, because I don't know the answer to that. But the goal of what we were doing is learning the pick sheet to then do the picks in the Discord. The picks are a pick series too, where it's like you want to do them each time they get posted. They add up points, and then the top person or uh, you can explain how those type of rewards work. But I know that that's definitely a
Yeah,
part of it as well.
yeah. So I'll talk through the Pick'em series here quick if you want to get the stuff dialed up to do the giveaway so we don't overrun Mo. But yeah, the Pick'em series, you go in, we have a guest handicapper most weeks. This week it's Andrew Champagne of, I don't remember what his plug is, but he's pretty well known in the handicapper circus. He
Is he
works
gonna
for
be
the
on
Winners and
Twitter?
Whiners. He's a senior editor. Yeah, he's on Twitter at Andrew Champagne, spelled just like champagne. So he's our guest handicapper this week. And all you're trying to do is outpick him, just wins. It's just win picks. He literally actually just sent me his, so that's awesome.
Oh, he did?
You're
Oh, here,
making your
put it
win
in
picks in the
Discord.
form,
Oh, I thought you said he
and
sent you his
then
Twitter. My bad. Sent you his pics.
it's Agne.
Oh, I did it wrong.
It's champagne. Yeah. Uh, and yeah, if you got to beat him, so if you beat his picks tomorrow, if you beat him, if you're the winner of the daily picking program, you win a horse.
This guy?
And then
It looks like him.
Andrew,
Got
I'm trying to,
Kentucky Derby,
I'm
Andrew
a little behind.
Champagne, Plick, Lord Miles on Wood. I'm
Yep,
diving into this week's
yep,
college
that's the guy.
football.
Yep. So that's who we're picking against. So
Winners
yeah,
and
if you're the
winners.
daily winner, you win a free horse, and then you have the opportunity to upgrade that horse if you've made picks in PFL that week in our game during the week. Don't have to win the horse. You'll get the horse, but you can upgrade the horse, and if you hit a certain threshold, you can even pick the horse on the boss's stable. So that's one way. And then the other way is if you beat the handicapper, you go into a draw at the end of the month. Everybody who beats him. And then so every week we give away a horse for the weekly winner, unless the handicapper beats everyone. And then at the end of the season, we will do a wheel spin for all those that won. There's a pool. And then all those that beat the handicapper, and they win a free female horse. And like Taco said, if you've got the most picks right during the season, it's every Saturday, so 4 weeks, you get a free horse as well. And all of the people who are daily winners get into a free roll at the end of the season. There's 200 crown in the pot right now, so that's what $100 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And just a
and
side note,
yeah,
guys,
so
exclamation ticket. We got some new people coming in. Exclamation ticket in the chat to join the giveaway. We got 9 in it. We'll be doing it in 3 minutes. I'll do it at 6:55 my time. 6:55.
so okay, someone's asking the threshold to get to pick the horse. So you win the horse, you win. The grade depends on how many entrants we have. If we can get 25 to 50 entrants, I'm going to give away an S minus horse.
Yo, glory days.
If you have 1,000 Derby in picks during that week, you will be able to upgrade that horse from an S minus to an S. If you have more than, sorry, I'm turning 1,500 in picks during that week, you can pick the S male, is what it would be in this case, from the boss stable available horses. Only restriction is it has to be 2+ and racing. It can't be retired. And unless it's named. If it's named already, there's a reason, although very, very few are. So for 1,500 Derby and picks during the week, which is a little less than $20, if you win and there's 25 more people, you get to pick an S horse out of the boss stable. If we're playing for an A+, like there's less than 25, you'd be able to pick an S minus from the boss's stable. So again, it's free to play. You can win horses. There's obviously upgrades because we want to encourage people to do picks in PFL. But there's some crazy prizes. Like I said, the free roll at the end of the season has 200 crown in it. You get a name. you get a name the next season's pick'em free roll race, and you get a roll in Discord as a pick'em champion as well. So, excuse me, JJ Racing did both last season. Actually, he won the free roll. He was our overall pick winner, so he got to pick the name and has the tag in Discord. So lots of perks that you don't
You
have to
get a
put
tag in
anything
Discord.
into.
That's cool. It's a
Yeah,
W.
lots of perks. You don't have to put anything into. If you are picking a PFL, obviously we want to incentivize that behavior. So there's certainly some cool stuff out there, and the boss stable horses, they're not out there en masse. So you can certainly get some pretty unique horses and bloodlines if you're picking out of there.
No, it just means you're a sub FOSS, but there's no sub luck. He's asking why he has a star next to his name on the giveaway. All right, chat. We got about okay. We're gonna go ahead and roll it. Is there anybody in the chat that wants to get in exclamation tickets? All you got to type in. Big shout out again to Sangudo, PF, Boss Stables for the horse. The horse is extremely cool. It's full of Bell Plantation. It is a 7.5 star. It's 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 right there. Firm S minus. It is a S minus with an S plus. You know you want it. Glory Days stable. Nice to see more viewers. Hell yeah. I like that too. Yeah. If somebody wants to hit, I'm not bleeping leaving right now. That would be good timing. All right, let's go ahead and hit this. We're closing it. We're going to go ahead and pick it. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight and participating. Big shout out to Sangudo. This was a great idea. I was literally asking him questions because I wanted to do the pick'em. He was like, you know what? Let's do this. And then we can throw it over to Mo. So great call, Sangundo. Thank you also for all the time. Like hour and a half plus, literally just explaining race sheets to myself.
Happy to do it, man.
I'm not leaving.
All right,
Happy to do it. Big time.
Uno momento.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. This is my home. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. This is my home.
Let's go, baby. The show goes on. The pick goes on. Let's go ahead and do this, and then we can send the love over to Mo. Again, thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Caddyshack Gopher, he wants the Ocean Man? Okay, hold on. Let me switch this up. Let me fix this. Let me get moved over, and we'll hit a Caddyshack Gopher into an Ocean Man, and then we'll be good at that point. 1 sec, Sangudo. Switching my mics.
I got a funny story. I turned my mic off. When I put it on my head, I turned it off. Okay, we're gonna hit this winner. Draw a winner. Okay, not me. Draw another winner. Volcom. Volcom, are you sure you don't want it? Are you sure? Are you positive? You could. You're sure? Okay. Fost. Fost with the W. Fost would like it. Fost, you got it.
Let's go.
That's a great winner right there. Fost has been around 3.0 for a long time. He's actually new to PF. We'll have to get him into that rookie rally. Let's go, baby. Well, let's go. We're on the newer side, I should say. Not new, but newer side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Boss, you know how to reach me. Reach out, shoot me your stable leaflets if you need set up or anything. Foster, shoot me a Discord note. We'll get you hooked up, man, and we'll get you this nice looking pony over there.
All right. Thank you everybody for participating in that. Sangundo, thank you for joining on the stream. It was real. I didn't even use this one over here. We had it all locked and loaded, but Sangundo, thank you very much for the knowledge. Thank you for all the information on basically how to read the race sheets. Also, you got the link in the chat. Remember to make your picks for Santa Anita tomorrow. Hold on, I'm being called, Sangudo. I'm being called. Freddy, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for chilling tonight with the stream. We'll kick it out. We got a little. Any final words? My bad. We totally cut off Sangundo. Sangundo, any parting words?
Yep. No, just thanks everybody for watching. I look forward to seeing record participation in Pick'em tomorrow.
All right, you heard it. You heard it from the horse's mouth himself. Is that right? What's the saying,
Sure.
Freddie? Is it the horse's mouth? I forget. Yep. Anyways, you heard it from the man himself who put it together. Get in those pick'ems. Get on that leaderboard. Lots of horses to win. And for now, let's get into a little, Caddyshack Gopher. And then we'll go from the Gopher to the Ocean Man. We'll go from the Ocean Man, we'll raid Mo. And then when we raid Mo, anybody here, I need you to put a bunch of these dinosaur emotes in his chat, okay? Just do it. Whenever we go over to Mo, just do that. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, this stream brought to you by Taco Chase. we got Sangudo Dangerfield. That's right. PhotoFinish in the background, ladies and gentlemen. And the star of the show. Woo! Nailed it, baby. Nailed it. Nailed it. Okay. Ocean Man time. And then Mo. I gotta say, that's one of my favorites. I gotta be honest. That's one of my favorites. I love it. Woo! Okay, ladies and gentlemen. The classic. The one and the only. Thank you for hanging out tonight on the stream. If you're new here, make sure to hit that follow button. If you're not new, thank you for coming back. Woo! ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out on the pickup stream tonight. I'm going to head out here with my friend Bruce. He's taking me around. Woo! What's that, Bruce? Your name's Left Shark. I'm sorry about that, Left Shark. Nice place you got down here. Nice place you got. Woo! Beam me back up, Freddy. Beam me back up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with the stream. Thank you for the redeems. Thank you to Sangudo and PF for the support. We're going to be heading on over to Mo now. And remember, Ocean Man. Remember to just keep tapping, my friends. Thank you for hanging out with the stream. Until next time. Let me lock up the raid. Remember, put the dinosaurs in the chat. Put the dinosaurs in the chat. Let's make sure Mo's live. So it does not break. Mo knows. He's good. We're going over to Mo.
Squeeze him back the other way.
Look at them. Look how beautiful they are, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see Dinos in this chat. Dinos, Dinos, and Dinos.
Oh, apparently you're muted. Hey,
get over there.
Back. We're back.
The boys.
Wait, here, hold on. Let me get the raid.
Did you know that we'd be giving away a horse today?
Oh wait, hold on. I forgot to unmute. I forgot to unmute. I'm sorry.
I appreciate you.
All right.
Good.
Thank you for chilling, Sangudo. The raid is rolling.
Yeah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll head over to Mo. Drop some Dinos in the chat. Drop some love. Remember to check him out on here and sub to him on Kick. The man is mainly on Kick. Until next time, thank you again, Sangudo, for chilling. To say until next time, keep tapping. Give me the sound clip.
Keep tapping.
There we go.